So where screen looks at the country risk piece, SCM is used to then identify your highest risk business partners and drive performance improvement. And one thing that I'll discuss, and really the reason why I wanted to introduce Screen first, is that there are some unique ways in which the Screen Intelligence tool and the SCM solution can communicate with one another on the same platform so that you can infuse geographic risk with supplier compliance. So let's dive in. Essentially, SCM is an enterprise risk management tool designed to evaluate suppliers and automate corrective actions. The analysis within SCM is really fueled by assigning risk assessments. So these assessments can be facilitated as self-assessment questionnaires, in-house audits, or third-party audits. Each SCM account is supported by our client service analyst team, and your assigned CSA will help you upload your business partner information and configure the site to your assessment requirements. So whether you'd like to leverage BSI's assessment templates or have the team build in your current audit template into the tool, the SCM site has the flexibility to incorporate your preferred audit methodology and scoring system. You can see listed there some of the features that we'll be reviewing during the demonstration. One of the biggest benefits of SCM is not only automating your manual processes, but also having a tool to pull key performance indicators and analytics that are reflected through the executive dashboard. So I'll demonstrate how you can filter out your dashboard view by department, assessment type, and region so that you can pull custom reports. In addition to the dashboard, I'll also show the supplier risk mapping with visibility into where your business partners are located across the globe. The supplier map is just one of the ways in which we can infuse the Screen Intelligence into your SCM account. So you'll see in the demo how we geoplot out your business partner locations and then select different threat maps from the Screen system to overlay on top of your supplier map within SCM. So in this way, you can easily see disruption activity that's happening near your supply chain. And then drilling down to the supplier level, SCM provides live business partner profiles where you can host all information related to a particular location. So this section hosts a history of completed assessments, corrective actions, certifications, and also benchmarking charts and analytics that compare one factory's performance to the rest of the supply chain. And then related to language translation capabilities, I think this is another top value out of the tool. The way that SCM works is that your organization would have access to the corporate member view of SCM, which is what we'll be demoing today. Your business partner, on the other hand, also has access to SCM, but of course their view is limited to only assessments and corrective actions that are assigned directly to them. So as part of their access, they can select their default language for their site. And BSI's business partner site has been professionally translated into 11 different languages that they can choose from, and we can have any of your customized assessments translated as well. This functionality allows your business partner to respond to corrective actions and any questionnaires in their native language, which leads to more robust responses and a better understanding overall of what's being asked of them. And of course, once the business partner submits their tasks online, everything's translated back into English, and the corporate members notify that they have a completed assessment or CAP ready for review. In addition to being an assessment tool, SCM is also designed to be your centralized platform for all email communications and for document storage as well. And then lastly, one of the biggest differentiators of the SCM tool is our risk-based scoring algorithms. Because we have developed our Screen Intelligence country risk ratings, we're able to infuse this intelligence into our supplier scoring within SCM. And I just want to expand on that a little bit further because I think that the way that we can score your suppliers is one of our key value props with having access to our solutions. So with the traditional approach to evaluating supplier compliance, many organizations score suppliers as compliance equals risk. However, we all know that other factors, critical business partners or higher risk countries, should be taken into consideration when analyzing risk as well. The challenge is how do we quantify these extra risk variables that usually fall outside of the scope of our standard sourcing or compliance assessments. And this is where the SCM supplier scoring system can help to automate and apply a risk-based algorithm to your supply chain. So what you're looking at here is a simplified version of our algorithm. I broke it out into the main components that we can factor into your customized risk index. The impact piece that you see is collected in the section that we call business partner profile information. So this section gathers data that's important but may not necessarily be scored as a right or wrong answer. So things like annual revenue shipped on behalf of the corporate member, the use of ISO seals on shipments, or stability questions such as the factory size and number of years in business. These are key questions that help you identify underlying risks that could impact compliance. From there, you can incorporate geographic indicators into your overall risk index. So the geographic risk ratings are pulled directly from Screen, and you can customize which indicators should be incorporated into different assessment types. For example, you may want to factor in terrorism and smuggling risk ratings to your CTPAT assessments, or child labor and working condition ratings to your labor and health and safety assessments. And then once you select country risk indicators, the third piece of the overall risk index is, of course, the assessment results. At the end of the day, we want to know, how compliant a particular business partner is with our audit requirements. So by utilizing this risk-based scoring algorithm, we're now able to go beyond the traditional compliance equals risk approach and implement a more holistic view of supplier risk indexing. So now that we've explained the risk-based scoring algorithm, I have one last slide here that I wanted to cover before we go into the demo. I mentioned before that SCM is designed to be an enterprise risk management solution that can be used across different departments. So in order to help separate the scoring methodologies and the reporting that can be generated within the solutions, we've divided the tool up into modules very similar to what you saw with Screen. So you can see we have the three modules that Screen has: security, social, and business continuity, and a fourth module as well. And below each module, I've listed out some examples of different types of assessments that you may want to build into the tool and tie to specific country risk indicators. So trade compliance, bribery, loss prevention assessments would fall into our security module. Your EH&S, labor, and conflict minerals assessments would fit within CSR. Your emergency preparedness and IT security type assessments would roll up into the business continuity module. And then the fourth module would be open compliance, which is really an umbrella that covers any other customized assessment type that doesn't tie neatly to geographic risk indicators. For example, your sourcing assessments may be a combination of quality, capacity, pricing, maybe some code of conduct questions. So we're able to build that into the fourth module here because geographic risk may not necessarily apply. So hopefully this gives you an idea here of how other companies are leveraging our tools to roll out a variety of assessment types throughout their organization.